Hello.
Test Zion.
At Zion. And tomorrow we're going to learn at 8 in the morning.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Unless I can finish tonight. I might be able to do, we'll see. Gufa. Bimirav Dosa ben Orkin and Sitirit Sursa Basla Achin. In the time of Dosa, they allowed people to be miyabein the tzora of the bas, right? The erva, like Beis Shammai. The Chachamim were upset. The Neshachachim Gadol Haya. The Ein of Kamim Levola Beis Medrash. He was somebody that people looked up to. And they couldn't really ask him yet. He wasn't able to come to the yeshiva, he was old. In terms of why he paskin that way. Omer umi elech v'yoidiu. Who's going to go and tell him that we're upset by this? Omer len Rabbi Yeshua ani elech, I'll go. V'achrav me, who will follow? Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. V'achrav me, Rabbi Akiva. Holchu v'amdu al Pesach Beisa. They went to his door, Nichtasa Shivchaso. The maid went in, Amr lo Rebbe Chachmei Yisrael Bar Netzlacha. The Chachamim are visiting you. Amr lo Chayikansu. He said they should come in. V'nichnasu, they came in. Tafsel Rabbi Yeshua Shiva Amita Zav. He took Rabbi Yeshua, put him on a golden couch. Amr lo Rebbe Amor lo Tamidcha Achav Yoshiv. He told them, have the other Tamidim sit. Amr lo Mihu. Who are the other Talmidim? Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, Amar v'yeshlo ben Azariah chavarenu. Does his friend Azariah have a child? Kara lava mikrazin nara yiti gamza kanti v'lo ra'iti tzadik nezav v'zar mevakesh lachem. That means he was a nar. Now he's old. He never saw that this might happen. Tov sov v'shiva mita shulzov. He put Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah also on a golden couch. Amar Rebbe. Rabbi Yeshua said to the Rav Dosa, there's another Talmud who needs to sit. Armelo Mihu. Akiva ben Yosef. Armelo Ata Akiva ben Yosef. Sheshimcha holech misofa olam vat sofo. Are you the Akiva ben Yosef that the whole world is talking about? Shave b'ni shave. Kamoischa yirbu Yisrael. There should be many like you. Yischilu misavin oisoi ba'alachos. They started having halachic discussion. Ad shigila tzar sabas. They came to the discussion of Tzar Sabas. Amrle, Tzar Sabas ma. What's the din? Tzar Sabas. Amrle machlokes Beisham Beis Hillel. He told them the halacha. It's a machlokes Beisham Beis Hillel. Halacha kedivrei mi. Amrle halacha kebeis Hillel. Amrle, they said v'lo mishim chor halacha kebeis Shammai. We heard that you've been matir Tzar Sabas like Beis Shammai. Amrle doisa shmatem. You didn't hear. Which did you hear, Dosa or Ben Hurkinis Shmatem? I'm Dorsa Ben Hurkinis, but it must be you heard Ben Hurkinis, not Dosa. In fact, Amrulay Chai Rabbi Stam Shaman, we heard Ben Hurkinis and not Dosa. Amrulay, yeah. Ach Kotni, I have a younger brother. B'chor Sotnu, Yonasan Shmo, Vumin Tamidei Shammai. He's one of the Tamidim of Beis Shammai. You know, don't get involved in a halachic discussion with him. He'll give you 300 reasons why the Tzar Sabas should be mutter. But I give testimony with heaven and earth as my witness. That on this stone, Chagai Hanavi sat, v'omer shloisha dvorim, Tzar Sabas asura. He passed like Beis Hillel. Aman u'moav masri ma'asroni b'shvius. That the territory of Aman u'moav, Shemitah is not noyeg there. But they would bring Ma'aser Oni to the Ani Eretz Yisrael from there. Umekablen gerim and akruyim umenar tamoidim. Because there were no psulim, there were pure goyim. We're not worried that there's a mixture of Jews there that are psulim, that might be mamzerim. No, there's pure goyim, so you can accept gerim from these areas. Tana. Kishenichnasu b'Pesach Echad. They all came in the same door. They left each one through another door. Each one wanted to meet the son of Ben Hurkinis. Pagabar Bekiva. Bekiva ended up meeting him. He answered all 300 proofs that he had that Tzar Sabas is mutter. Omer lo, atau Akiva sheshim choylech v'sof olam. You must be Rabbi Akiva. Ashrecha shezachita l'shem. Happy are you that you're zoicha to a great name. But vadayin lo yigata l'roi boker. But you still haven't reached the level of a shepherd for cattle, which were dover people pshutim, who are normally amaretz. Omer Rabbi Akiva afilu l'roi tzoin. I haven't even come to madreg of a shepherd for sheep, who are worth.
It's interesting. If this Yonasan is so great, I mean, not that I'm such a big Talmud Hacham here, but I've never heard of him.
Who, Rav Yochanan ben Hurkinis?
No, of course I've heard of Rav Yochanan ben Hurkinis, but Rav Dosa had a brother, right, who was a first-class Talmud Hacham, and his name was Yonasan.
Correct.
I never heard of him, and here he slugged up Rabbi Akiva and yada, yada, yada.
No, Rabbi Akiva slugged him up. He gave him 300 pshad in Tzar Sabas, and Rabbi Akiva slugged them all up.
So who's saying to whom, Lo Agita Leroy Bakar?
No, so Yonasan was makpid that Rabbi Akiva slugged him up. So he said, yeah, you have a good name, but he sort of insulted him. And then Rabbi Akiva said, no, I'm not even like a Roy Eitzoin. The Marsha.
What do you mean? He took it in good stride?
Yeah. He took it in good stride. And the sugya ends there. But Rabbi Akiva slugged him up. Amanu Moav, that territory, even though it's not part of Eretz Yisrael, they would send Meiser Oni. Remember, in the 3rd and the 6th year of the Meiser cycle, instead of Meiser Sheni, they would give Meiser Ani. People who came up with Yoshua conquered a lot more than the people who conquered the people who came up from Bavel. The original Kedusha from Yoshua's time did not last. So they purposefully, the Oile Bavel did not conquer certain areas so that they shouldn't be part of Eretz Yisrael. So therefore there would be areas to provide food and stuff for the people in Eretz Yisrael during Shemitah. And in order for them to be able to give Meiser Ani there. Then the halacha was Makabim Gerim and Akardum Vartamoidim. For Makabel Gerim from these areas, Eini, not so, Vatani Rabbi Baruch Hezkel. Ein Makabim Gerim and Akarduyim, because there are Jews that got mixed up there. If they're Jews, then there's problems with Mamzeris. You need an area of pure Goyim. Aravashi Kartuyim Itmar. That's Kartuyim. It's different than Karduyim with the Dalik, Namri Inshi. Kartuyim Psulim, but not the Karduyim. Vikidami Tanrav Yecheskel. Ein Makabim Gerim and Kartuyim. My love, Hainu Kartum, Hainu Kartu is the same thing. On Ravashi, lo Kartui l'chud. The Kartui, they're different places. Kedamri and she Kartui Psuli with the Taf. They are Psulim. That means there were Jews there, and there's some Mamzeris there. And if you got married to somebody, you couldn't be married to Mamzer. So we don't accept Gerim from there. Rav Yochanan v'Savi Damar Tavai Emakabim Gerim and Tarmudim. Miyamar Rav Yochanan Achiv Adnan. Blood spots from women from Rechem, there's only Goyim there. We don't have to worry that there might be Jewesses there. And Damnida is from Goyim are not Metame. So if you see something with a blood spot on it, it's Tor. Rabbi Yehuda Metame. Mibnei Shehem Geirim V'Toyim. Some of them were converts, but they assimilated among the Goyim. And they don't keep Torah anymore. So some of them may be Jews who fell off the derech. If you know for sure that it's only from the Goyim areas, the Ksomim would be Torah. Vavinam Kapasik V'Tani. The Mishnah learned Mibena Nochrim. If you know for sure they're Goyim, afilim in Tarmoid, then even from Tarmoid, it's only Goyim. So we don't have to worry about Kesem. So it's not like they said before that we don't take Gerim from Tarmoid. This is the Kasha. Here it seems that Rabbi Yochanan holds you are Makabel Gerim because it's all Goyim. Maybe he's quoting a halacha, but he doesn't hold of that personally. Halacha is Stam Mishnah. This is a Stam Mishnah. It's not a name Mishnah. There's no name associated with it. So the Gemara says, Amayroin in Avali B'Rav. It's Machlekes Amayroin in Rabbi Yochanan, whether Rabbi Yochanan held that you can accept Goyim from Talmud or whether you couldn't. Mi Talmud, my time alone. So why can't we accept from Talmud? Pligib Rabbi Yochanan v'Savi. Chad Omer Mishum Avdei Shloimei. There were Shlomo Melech built a city in Tarmoid. We're going to learn that in Malachim. His Goyish servants married Jewish women, and this was the shita that Goy that had relations with a Jewish woman would be Mamzeri. That when the Bnei Yisrael were taken captive, they were raped, and from Goyim, and again, these are psulim. So this is good according to the opinion that says if a Goy has relationships with a Jewish girl, the Vlad is mamzer. By the way, we don't paskin that way. The Vlad is kosher. But if a Goy has relations with a Jewish girl and they have a daughter, that daughter cannot marry a Kohen. But otherwise, they're fine Jews. If it's a male child, no problem. If it's a female child, they have a problem with marrying Kahuna. So Elaman Damar Mishum B'nai Yerushalayim Mai. What's the problem that the B'nai Yerushalayim were taken captive by the Goyim? What's the problem there? Pliga b'Rav Yosef Rabbona. V'tarvai mishmeid Rabba Bar Chana. Chad Amar Tracer Alfei Gavri. V'shita Alfei Kashtui. 12,000 men and 6,000 archers. And some say 12,000 men and 6,000 of them were archers. That when the going burst into the base of Midrash, most people went for the gold and silver. But these were more interested in rape. They were more interested in the daughters of Israel.
Did the children come from that? Are they forever apostle? Did the psul go all the way down for generations, or only after the first?
Only if you hold that a goy haba bas Yisrael avlad mamzer, because then if it's a mamzer, you can't get rid of it.
It said it's okay. So that goes forever, right?
That goes forever.
Yeah.
Other psulim don't go. By the way, we said the halacha is Nachri haba al bas Yisrael pnuya. The child is kosher, except if it's a daughter, it would be osir l'koyin.
So how far down does that go? That daughter, how far does then? If she can her children marry Kahuna?
Well, normally, if she has the status of a halala, halalus passes down to children.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
So, shenemar noshim b'tzion inu psuls barayuda. The women got raped. Amr Shmuel bar Nachman pasuk says Sara oilam omro. This pasuk was said by the malach who is in charge of the world, who also said Narayiti gamzakanti. Manamre, who said that? There's no concept of zikna by Hashem. Ela David Amre. David was not zaken. He was 70 years old. Ela Shmami Nasara Oilam Amro. The malach who's in charge of the world. Amr of Shmuel bar Nachman Amr of Yechel Maidich Siv Yodo Porath Sar Al Kol Machamadeh. Ze Ammon and Moav. This is Ammon and Moav when they came to destroy the base of Mikdash along with the either the Babylonians or the Romans. B'shash shenichnu zuleich lakol nifnu al kesef v'zaveim nifnu al sefer Torah. Ammon and Moav wanted to destroy Sifrei Torah. Amru zeh shekasuv bo lo yavo Ammon and Moav b'kalashen yisarif koish. Because they didn't like that it said in the Torah that Ammon and Moav you can't marry. Tziva Hashem liyakov tzviva v'tzara. What is that? Amarav. The area from Homani Pumnara have descendants of Ammonim, and they're always troubling Jews there. If a goy comes up to a single girl and says, it's a problem, because maybe there's some Jewishness in him, and we're choishish that the kiddushin is good and she needs a get. Sema mashar shvatim. Maybe he's one of the 10 lost tribes. Any person who's separates from the majority. The majority of the world is non-Jewish. So the Gemara says, "Beduchte tikvi," where the Asara shvatim are known to be. For example, there is historical research that says Afghanistan, the Bnei Ephraim ended up in Afghanistan. Chlas zechelzon. Chavor zechadit. Now we're on Yud Zayin of an Aleph, Mario. Go to Yud Zayin. We'll try to finish. Maybe we don't have to learn tomorrow. Nahar Goizen Zuginzik, or a Madai Zuchanden v'Chavrisel. These are places that there might be a Sor Shvatim there. V'Armila Zunar v'Chavrisel. Chavrisel man, Omer Shmuel Krach, Moish Chichid Givadum Kaya. These are big cities that are considered the sort of the suburbs of Chandon. These places that if somebody comes from there, you can't accept them for geiris because there may be Jews there and they're mamzerim. So Kiamita Kamid Shmuel normally bincha abam in Yisrael is kori bincha. The son from a Jewish woman is your son. Vein bincha abam anocher is kori bincha. But if you have a child with a non-Jewish woman, it doesn't follow you. It's hers, ela b'nah. So all the children born from the Jews from Goyim are Goyim. You don't have to worry that they're Jews. But Vayeka Bonos, but there's Jewish girls who got taken prisoner. And therefore there might be Jews there. On Ravina Shmamina, Ben Bidcha, Bamin Anachri, Kori Bincha. That your grandson that comes from, right, Nochri had relations with a Jewish girl, that grandson is Jewish. So there could be a problem with mamzeris. So Gmiri de Binta de Hudori, it's Tavlit story. How like this? The generation of the Asor Shvatim, the girls were all sterile, and therefore no children were born from Jewish women. And therefore all the children born were born from Goyish women. And therefore so we can accept Gerim from them because we don't have to worry.
So there's no more hint of any Asor Shvatim. It's all gone.
Correct.
Disappeared.
Correct. And that's why you don't have to worry about taking Gerim from these areas either, because that one door, they wiped them all out. Other people say, in fact, they paskin, they're all goyim. We don't have to worry about them. Shenemar ba bagdu kivonim zoru yoladu. Yosef Rav Yosef Achoy Rav Kana. Rav Yosef was sitting by Rav Kana. Yosef Rav Kana came to Rav Yudah. Yosef V'Kamer. Atidin Yisrael davdi yom tova ki charbu tarbo. There's going to be a celebration when Talmud is destroyed. It was destroyed. It's not Talmud, it's Talmud. Rav Ashi Amar Hainu Talmud Hainu Tav, it's the same thing. But it's a double city. It's like St. Paul, Minneapolis. It was destroyed on one side, but built on the other side. And if the other side got destroyed, the other side gets built. Yosef Rav Nuna Kamedu Ulav Kahavi B'Shmaitza. Omer Ma Gavra Ma Gavra. Look at these people. Ilav de Harpanya Mosei. He comes from Harpanya, and those people did not have good yichus. Ichsefi was embarrassed. Amalei Kasef Gulgat. Where do you send your taxes? Amalei Lepumnara. Amalei, fine. Imkenu Pumnara. Don't say that you're from Harpanya. Say you're from Pumnara. Now, why does Harpanya have such a bad yichus? My Harpanya. Amar Zer Harsha Kol Pornim Boy. This was a place that if people had bad yichus, they were sent there. And they said, go marry a woman from there. So therefore, it ended up all the bad yichus was in Harpanya. And it's a play on words. Harsha Poinimbo, Harpanya. Whoever didn't really know where his family was from, where he came from, went there. It's deeper than the grave. Shenemar miyat Shaol evdem, and mimavis egolem ilu psul didu les lutakanta. Gehenem you can get out of, but a psul of mamzeris you can't get out of. Psul darpani mishum psul de mishon. It sort of was it was like a hierarchy. The people of Mishon went to Harpanya, and the people of Psula de Mishon mishum Psula de Tarmoid. Tarmoid people ran away to Mishon. Psula de Tarmoid, we said mishum avdei shloimei. These goyim of shloimei. V'hainu damri inchi kaba rabba v'kabazuta mingdir v'azalisho. Whether a big bushel, a small bushel, it doesn't make a difference. it's all bad. It all goes down to the grave. It ends up going rolling and rolling until you get down to Arpanya. Okay, we'll learn tomorrow. It won't be so long. Unless you guys want to learn in the afternoon. You tell me what's better for everybody. I'd rather learn at a time that's good for everybody. If the afternoon is better for everybody, we could learn at 4:30. And that way.
What about the morning?
Huh?
In the morning is no good?
No, the morning is fine, but Mario can't learn, Kenny can't learn.
Uh-huh.
I'd rather do the afternoon.
Fine, let's do the afternoon. Let's do
4:30.
4:30. Let's do 4:30. That way we can have everybody.
Sounds great.
4:30 is great.
Okay,
Okay, guys.
4:30.
Good Erev Shabbos.
Good
Okay.
night.
Shabbos.
Good
Bye.
night.